So I had to do a project for a communications class. It was on global warming, and some of the things that we learned about it was that it's a real thing. It's more commonly referred to as climate change now. Um, we've had over 650,000 years. We've had 7 cooling and warming cycles, so it is a natural occurrence. But it has also been said that since the Industrial Revolution, greenhouse gas emissions have increased, coincidingly with global annual temperatures. The two biggest contributors to climate change is deforestation, which I didn't really have too much info on. Most of the research that I found referred to burning of fossil fuels as a main contributor to climate change. So Svante Arrhenius is a guy that I learned he had a Nobel Prize for coming up with the greenhouse effect, and he presented a paper in 1895 that's talked about CO2 and how it traps heat close to the Earth's surface, which increases the surface temperature of Earth. And there is a link in the increase of, as I mentioned before, of CO2 and the increase of annual global temperatures. And that trend has gone up since the Industrial Revolution. In 2018, the EPA report says that greenhouse emissions rose 2.4% between 1990 and 2016, but it declined 1.9% between 2015 and 2016. So that's a trend that researchers are pointing out that it's a good trend. They're hopeful that we're doing something right in reducing greenhouse emissions. Some of the things that we learned that we can do to help combat climate change is plant trees. Anytime you plant a tree, it helps get rid of the CO2 that's trapped in the Earth's atmosphere, converts it to oxygen. Another big thing was that if you can walk, if you live close to a grocery store or something like that, you can walk, and it helps reduce the amount of gas that's used and the fuel that's burned. And it's a twofold gain too, because not only does it help you reduce your carbon footprint, but you can also meet any kind of walking goals that you have. So you might create a healthier society by doing that. You can turn lights off when you're not using them. Any kind of electronics should actually really be unplugged, because it still uses energy when it's plugged in, even though you might not be using it.